So wouldn't it be nice if you could just do something and prove God? Say, hey, look, I can do this, and therefore God exists. We kind of have that story in the Old Testament where Elijah says, I'm going to prove God, and he performs a miracle, and everybody kind of sees it and says, well, yeah, well, there you go, and God exists. What if we took that story and look at the symbolism in there? Can we find a way in which we can prove that God exists today? Well, I think so. So hang with me and we'll walk through the symbolism and see how it is we can use this to perhaps show to others the reality of God. Hi, my name is Todd, and yes, I might be slightly delusional for thinking that this story will change anybody's mind about God. But hey, it's worth a shot, right? So here's the basic idea. In the book of Kings, Elijah says, you've got to make a choice. You're going to serve Baal, you're going to serve God. And he says, what we're going to do is we're going to make an altar. You guys make an altar to Baal, I'll make an altar to the Lord, and we're going to call down from fire from heaven, and whoever lights their altar, well, that's the real God. And they all agree to this. Baal's guys go first, and they chant, and they do other things for 9 hours, and nothing happens. And then Elijah gets his shot, and to make matters more interesting, Elijah dumps 12 barrels of water on the altar, but the Lord sends fire from heaven, incinerates the whole thing, licks up the water, the stone, the dirt, just poof, incinerates everything. And everybody just says, well, yeah, okay, you got it. God exists. Yours is the real God. And it's pretty apparent to everyone. Well, as entertaining of a story as this is, and I do encourage you to read it for yourself, it makes the point, right? Make a choice. You're going to serve Baal, you're going to serve God. Right, got the message. But when we dig a bit deeper, we can see how this story stacks up as to how perhaps we can prove God even in our own life today. Because, well, what's in play here? All right, so the altar, it's a symbol of our life. The offering itself, it's a picture of, what it is that we do, right? The jobs we have, the hobbies we participate in, stuff like that. We are offering those, worldly activities in service to God, okay? So if we offer those to Baal, what do we get? Nothing. Well, because Baal is a symbol for serving ourselves. Baal is a carved image, something that we make. It's fashioned by our own hands. So we're basically worshiping the things that we do. So when we offer things in service to ourselves, do we get fire? No. When we offer those things in service to God, do we get fire? Yeah. Well, what is fire? Well, fire is a symbol for love. So if we do things in service to ourselves, do we get love out of it? No. If we offer our actions and our abilities in service to God and somebody else, do we get love? Well, yeah. No, fire brings warmth, it brings light, it brings comfort, it brings, all sorts of abilities to service life. And we get that when we offer up our life to God. Now, the interesting side kind of little thing about this is Elijah dumps 12 barrels of water on the altar. And it seems like part of the catch to this is Elijah's trying to really just up the stakes. He's showing God is not only real, but he's so powerful, he can light even a wet altar. And so it just seems like that's part of the gag of the story. But I find it interesting detail because I did a video on water, and you can find that here, that talks about, the symbolic meaning of water as being truth. And it's a truth along the lines of spiritual teachings that guide our life. Things like, don't worry, you should forgive and be good to one another. Things that we use to navigate life. And Elijah dumps his altar with this water, which is showing us that part of the ingredient to receive love is the truth. You need water. You need spiritual guidance in your life in order to receive love. You have to forgive people. You have to not worry. You have to concern yourself with other people as much as or more than yourself. Things like that. When you're worshiping Baal, you don't have it. So where this all goes to is, how do you prove God out of all this today? How does this miracle work today? Well, I think you take a look around and ask yourself, Are people who are actually in service to others and in service to God, are they happier? Do they have more love in their life? Are they peaceful of mind? Are they happy? Do they have lots of friends? Are they content with their lot? You know, markers of real happiness, markers of love. Well, if you're serving God, you're going to have those things. If you're serving Baal, you're not. And so you can look around and see, well, does God really exist? There's plenty of studies that show that God-fearing people are just flat out happier. There's not a whole lot of debate on that. And I think that's the proof we're supposed to use on whether we're debating God, because we're never going to bring fire from heaven. We're never going to just, pull up something and say, oh, well, there you have it. We found God under a microscope, got him right there. No, the only way you're going to find God is to see whether there is love and happiness in somebody's life. And that's what Elijah does, and that's what we're supposed to do too. Thanks so much for watching. Hope that helps. All the best to you. God bless.